It's almost hard to put words to it, but definitely was just kind of locked in the zone. We can do as much as we can, but sometimes it seems like the course is kind of helping you out a little bit here and there.
For James going into the final round, I think he's kind of got to forget about the last round. He's got to stay in the moment because he's got to track down two of the best players on the planet that we've ever seen, playing some of the best disc golf scores that we've ever seen.
I think 13 has a pretty good chance of taking it down. I mean, we'll see what the weather's doing. I've heard it's supposed to be a little windier tomorrow, so it might not even take 13 down if it actually is windy. It's going to be tougher to put this close if it's windy, and then even once you're on the putting green, you know, those edge of circle ones become a lot tougher.
For Corey Ellis to get his first Elite Series win, he's going to have to come out guns blazing. He's got all the weapons you need to attack Jonesboro. It's just got to be a good, clean round from start to finish.
I play well at most courses. It's just in here, I've been trying to just relax and just try not to put too much stress on myself. I think that's what I've been doing here recently.
Judging from the past couple weeks, I mean, Eagle's playing really good again. He just took second at the major with a hot round, the final round, so it's going to be fun to see him battle it out.
I don't think you're going to be seeing the scores that you've been seeing these 2 days, but I could be wrong. I know last year Simon played an incredible round, shot 13 under or so in ripping wins, so that might be what it takes tomorrow.
Calvin's the guy that people are looking at as the player to beat, but I think Calvin looks at the course as trying to attack each hole individually, having a short memory, making putts. He does that, I think he's going to be a really tough player to take down. Hello everyone, and welcome to the third and final round here in Jonesboro, Arkansas for the Play It Again Sports Jonesboro Open presented by Prodigy. BigBarri bringing you the action, all the excitement, and we have got a windy, wild ride coming up this round right now.
How fast things can change, huh?
Oh my
Overnight.
goodness. We got a little sale going on. Buy 2 discs, get 1 free shipping going on Jomez. We thank you guys for any and all the support you guys bring for us. Give yourself a little bit of merch. Give us something to sign next time you come to one of these tournaments in person. Taking a look at the disc side of heaven here at Jonesboro. Number 2 course in Arkansas, as you see there. Also top 100 in the world. This is a fantastic course, and over the last couple of rounds, we've seen it get torched with some of the most incredible scoring we've ever seen. I would say go ahead and forget about that. You're going to see why this course has teeth today, because the wind, it's gusty, it's consistent, it's blowing every single direction all at once. It's going to make for a really wild ride.
Yeah, look at Eagle here. No surprise why he's at the top of the leaderboard. Third in C1 in regulation. Calvin, 97% fairways hits.
Yeah,
I mean, what did he miss? 1 fairway?
Fairway hit also indicates has to be inside C2 on the par 3s. If you miss a C2 on a par 3, they call that a missed fairway. So he's just giving himself infinite looks, it seems like. And obviously, James Conrad, 17 under, one of the best rounds we've ever seen yesterday on moving day to get here on lead card, just 1 stroke back of our leaders.
Corey doing it a different way. He's just parking everything. You see that first place, 36%.
Wow.
That's getting it done right there.
More than 1 out of every 3 holes, he's in the bullseye for birdie. Well, let's jump right into it, folks. We have hole 1 here, 470 feet, slightly uphill. I'd like to say that there's a cross tail headwind, because that's probably going to be accurate. It's just so hard to read. Whoever's got the tee box is actually at a disadvantage in many ways. It's going to be that way throughout the round.
For the lead card here at the Jonesboro Open. Leading us off out of Boulder, Colorado, Eagle McMahon.
Yeah, Jerm, there's something to that. Get behind the guy who's playing really well and just match his score all the way through until it's, kind of time where you got a good read on what's kind of going on around there. This looks a little low, but with that kind of power, it could skip up there pretty good.
The wind doesn't seem to be too bad there, actually. It looks like it's a relatively calm moment here, perhaps.
Second to tee out of Safety Harbor, Florida, Calvin Heimburg.
You are right about that. This, I think, is the swirliest course that you'll ever play.
It's crazy. There's some courses I feel like you have 17 straight headwinds. And there's some courses where this place, where it just never seems to come from the same direction. Keeping it low, kind of like Eagle. It's going to come up short of the circle.
Third to tee out of Blacksburg, Virginia, James Conrad.
Yeah, having that elite distance on this hole really gives you an advantage because it'd be like having a shorter, for like myself, a shorter 300-footer that I could just throw something in the hill and let it skip up. And that's the advantage they have. This, if it stays turned over, gets a little heavy on the hyzer.
Yeah,
but that's
nearly
up there.
pin high, but yeah, it's going to be 2 long putts outside the circle, and I think Eagle's just inside.
Rounding out the lead card out of Barbersville, West Virginia, Corey Ellis.
I'm excited to watch Corey today because the one thing that I think he has lacked in the couple of tournaments where he's been right there, D-Globe, MVP Open, is that killer instinct. If we can see that killer instinct in Corey, his game has just done all the talking. That it's just incredible. His putting, his accuracy, his distance, all of that stuff is top notch. Decent effort from range, a little bit low. Same exact miss for Calvin. Oh, no, don't do that. That's slow enough that James should check up and make that par putt. But anything outside bullseye when the wind's blowing is, man, high left.
Yeah, calm day. That could stay in there, but today you're going to have to be an inch over the pole.
Yeah.
With a good speed.
Giving yourself a bunch of 20-footers.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to reign supreme. Whoever can get themselves closest and not have to deal with the stress of having to make those long putts.
Yeah, if Corey can keep on that pace of those park jobs today, he's going to have a very good day.
Par is not a bad score on hole 1, but with the wind looking like it's a little bit down at this moment, I know each one of these guys is thinking hole 1 is definitely on their radar for birdies. Biggest moves I see there on the leaderboard is Ezra Aderholt, 7 under through the first 11 in this wind.
It's a great start. It's a great start.
Yeah, we played together in the same card, and it was just mistake-free, smooth sailing. It didn't even look like he was birdieing a lot of holes. He's just getting it done. On to hole 2, one of the really primo par 4s on this course, I'd say. It's just a solid hole, very difficult tee shot in terms of getting to the right spot on this upslope.
I think with I guess it's a semi right to left tailwind. If these guys do decide to go high, Eagle wants to go low. Gap's way bigger down there. He's kind of in the middle.
Gobbled up.
But if they decide to go high, you can really take advantage of that wind and slide this disc left, like this one.
This is looking really good. If I can, yeah. Kind of getting knocked down there, but that big distance gap between him and Eagle is going to give Calvin a good opportunity to get the birdie.
That one lifted very fast, but right under that branch, I would say
that's huge.
That's a perfect drive almost. He might be a little tucked to where you got to throw a left to right shot, which is
James
tough.
likes that shot though.
Yeah, it is tough for most people, even for him in this win. This is more tight. This is better.
Yeah, that's where they all would like to be for sure. Corey will have the best angle. James the farthest shot off the tee. And this little spot where Eagle is a pretty common collection area because normally it's pretty mucky down there.
Does he get through? No, he does not.
About 75 feet short for Eagle.
This just needs to sit.
Coming in fast. Nice shot for Corey.
Yeah, such an advantage to be able to throw on one angle not get the disc turned over. Don't show the disc bottom of the flight plate. This just gets through, and he is going to be stoked with that.
Bullseye.
Yeah.
It's just such a stock shot for Calvin to throw that eagle on just the tiniest bit of anhyzer and just let it carry through that flight. James burns that one over.
Tricky shot because you can't throw your most stable fast, and you can't throw your really fast at all. You really want like a fairway driver and neutral stability, and those are the hardest discs I feel like to find really for your bag.
Yeah. And you can see, those leaves they're moving now. That wind is becoming pretty influential in their shots. That little shot, even for James on the approach, is pretty difficult with that low ceiling, just to kind of spin it up there. Now, Corey, this is actually a pretty tough putt now. He makes good, keeps it just over the rim like you're saying. Nothing for that disc to do besides go to the bottom and take your birdie.
A really big key for this lead card today is if you can somehow navigate this course without bogeying today.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to put yourself in a really good spot. It's doable. There's not a lot of OB, so you can play that kind of safety style, but you're also going to give up a lot of distance on some holes. You're going to have to play smart, and I don't know if these guys are willing to do that. I think they might just put the pedal to the metal and go for everything again.
I just feel like I don't really remember too many times when James played safe or Calvin played safe. It's like they kind of are pedal to the metal type players.
Yeah.
Eagle can play situational at times. He's a pretty smart golfer, but he's usually so good that he doesn't have to lay up.
Right.
And Corey's just, if he can see the basket, he's running it usually. Be interesting to see those gameplay strategies.
And this is in a little danger, I feel like.
It's going to need some help from the fence. Oh, it gets it. That's a fortunate break for Calvin. He's now putting for birdie. That OB fence along the left side is full of things that your disc can hit and keep you safe, but there's also plenty of gaps as well. Look at those branches just swaying up and down as Corey does not even care as he puts it in the bullseye.
That was just a perfect shot as far as angle control. Stable disc on anhyzer, and I really like this one as well.
Yeah, it's getting that late stability. Just put the brakes on right there. Yeah, take that.
It's so tough to judge when you put it on anhyzer in that right to left crosswind, how far it's going to swing to the left before coming back.
This looks so good, but it's getting so many air bounces.
Yeah.
It's so hard to tell what's going to happen. In the end, you're loving it.
Yeah, I feel like 3 of those were just thrown absolutely perfect.
Yep. Can Calvin take advantage of the opportunity? Yes, he can. What a great delivery from outside the circle. 2 under through 3 in this wind. Calvin is loving it. That's a pretty important putt for Eagle to not fall too behind early on.
Yeah, nice to see Calvin really take advantage of really a good break there.
I really didn't think we would see a star frame here today, even though we've seen dozens, it seems like, so far in the first couple of rounds. But Corey is 1 short putt away from our first star frame of the day, and it's on hole 3.
Did you have any problem with the pollen?
Oh, yeah, for sure. This week and last week, PDJ Championship was pretty bad. We mentioned that a couple times. But yeah, it just feels like there's something stuck in your throat the whole day.
The wind was just like blowing it in everybody's eyes at this day in particular.
On to hole 4. Straight shot here, incredibly low ceiling. I don't think any of our players are going to be going for the big high Anheuser driver shot. Just trying to get to that red and white stake, which is at the 250 mark. From there, it is over this hill to a sloping left to right green with OB left, OB long, and the elevated basket as well. Those elevated baskets out here on this course are going to make putting interesting. A little bit of a tailwind here, headwind, straight headwind.
Right to left crosshead.
Yeah.
Which is why once that nose got down, it got smacked right into the ground. I feel like maybe all hyzer is what these guys should do.
Corey is hearing and responding and delivering. Huge drive. Wow, so low, so far right, getting through everything.
Now, when you have stable disc like this, it can also work, and it does.
It's just got to get that nose up, yeah, and Eagle gets it, gets the skip. Primo.
There's that hyzer.
Yeah, that looks really good as well from James. Just get underneath, past that tree.
Just didn't have the oomph.
It looked like it had the oomph, but yeah, just checked up a little bit short. It's going to be a tricky second shot.
Does this got to get down? No.
Yeah,
that's a great shot from
It's actually a really good shot because I think he's far enough away that I don't think he's going to have to run it. If he was closer, I think he might get aggressive, but I don't know. It's James, so... I mean, not James. It's Calvin. So, we'll see.
This isn't great. There are patches over there that are out of bounds, but he cleared them. So that will be a layup from there. It's almost better to just throw a horrible shot than it is to just land at that like circle too. Yeah.
Especially with this basket, the way it's positioned in this corner here, you can putt out of bounds.
I saw it a few times, yeah, of people putting it out of bounds, and that out of bounds deep isn't an easy putt coming back.
Nice shot from Corey. He's actually going to be putting back uphill with good wind too. That's really well done on the approach. Not even an easy layup for James, actually. Well, no, this is full-fledged Calvin hyper-aggressive mode. And it puts the brakes on just barely, but not the putt you want coming back for par. That's the price the hyper-aggressive play gets you. So just like that, Eagle's going to have a chance to take the lead.
Oh, no. It's a tough one there. James gets it to stick. Yeah, I kind of liked Calvin. Didn't miss that putt by much. It was a great angle, great height. It even stayed in bounds.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fault's on that second one there. Because it's so hard to miss and stay in bounds on this hole. So he did well. But you just can't take any putt for granted in winds like this. What would you say, 25 to 35 mile an hour gusts and then a sustain of about 20? Or
I would say,
more?
Yeah, that's fair. 100% fair. It's so hard. I don't know exactly how to tell how fast the wind is blowing. I hear what other people say and I'm like, yeah, that seems to be about right comparing to other rounds.
The difference is it's like so swirly and it fluctuates like we saw on one.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the hole it was pretty windy, but at the beginning it wasn't. And like in the previews, if you notice, like right here, no wind.
Yeah, absolutely calm. This is how it was in practice all week. So this is kind of interesting because these players are adjusting. It's not like we had a windy practice round at all this year. Mm-hmm. So, but we always have them out here at Jonesboro. So these guys are digging deep in their memory banks and trying to remember what the heck to do.
Stable disc on Anheuser.
Decision time. And look at this. Eagle who goes park job. Takes his foot, takes his foot off the gas and says, hey, let's just play some golf here. Take the par. I like the play.
I'm glad that he laid up because he's so powerful. I don't know if it's a layup right away. You know, it's like almost the same angle that he would throw on the same speed.
Yeah.
As far as his body language goes, like it could
It's
be
so
a layup.
funny, yeah.
Or it
It's
could
so
just be
true.
there.
Corey with a good layup. Unfortunate miss for the birdie in the last hole.
I feel like if you lay it up and it doesn't spike, it's not that great of a layup on this hole.
And you get a refund for your round.
Oh, see? Yeah, he's going to have a tough time from there.
Calvin, he's got the...
Well, he just missed
got
a
birdie
putt.
eyes.
Yeah, he just missed a putt, so I don't feel like he's going to want to lay that up.
that tree just destroys dreams. That thing had some heat behind it. That was going to be deep sea too, I think.
Yeah, the problem with the go for it, I feel like on a day like today, is we see this little technical, what a savvy little throw there.
Touchy. Nice shot.
If he does get through, like it's not going to be parked unless he skips off the OB like he did in one of the previous rounds.
I don't hate the Spikeiser play in the wind if the wind is guiding you, as Calvin puts a little bit deep. That's a spicy return putt for the bogey.
Yeah, I know that you've been kind of prone to go for that real wide hyzer for the birdie. Mm-hmm. Did you do that again this year?
I did, and 2 times the outermost right limbs just caught it and dropped it straight in that OB area. So I got punished for it this year.
Oh, this needs to get up, and it does. So hard to land this one short of the basket. You're going to see a lot of people. Well, you won't. This will be the last time you see it till next year. But typically they land about where Calvin is there.
Calvin in for the bogey. So back-to-back bogeys. His first bogeys of the tournament. Not surprising, considering he went 13 down.
Yeah, I thought this might be the weekend where we saw a lot of people go bogey-free for a whole tournament and kind of push that record.
And then Sunday happened.
Yeah. And there were a couple bogey-free rounds.
Oh, sure, yeah. It's not hard to play. Like you said earlier, it's not hard to play a lot of these holes for par.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're just not going to win a tournament doing that. You have to take some calculated risks. And Calvin, after 2 down through 3, is now even through 5. And now Eagle has that 2-shot lead over him and Conrad. And I didn't even see, there's probably others as well at 26 now.
Hole 6 is a nice little par 3, 315 feet over this water. Very scenic. Today's going to be very tough wind. I believe left to right wind. And you're going to see a lot of stable discs on Anheuser trying to flex them back. The sidearm's a really tricky play today because you don't know if it's going to lift you or drop you.
Eagle pushing this thing right. I don't think this has a chance, and that's going to be out of bounds for Eagle.
Yeah, and if you see him stay out to the right, he typically throws the most stable disc of everybody, then you know it's a very, very, very strong wind.
See if Corey can make the adjustment. That is, yeah, it's going to do the same thing Eagle did. Man, almost just.
And that's what I feel like, honestly, in his defense, it's a tough call because of what I just said with Eagle.
Yeah. James making an adjustment, throwing turnover against or using the wind.
That's a very, very high technical shot that he just threw, and that's beautiful. But, you know, he throws such stable disc back to Eagle that when it's your turn, you got to think, okay, that...
What did that really do?
Yeah, exactly. This is kind of a must make on the island after the mistake by Eagle. And
so comfortable with that disc. I think he's nearly bullseyed this one 3 rounds in a row now. Calvin going to get those 2 strokes back on Eagle. And so is James. They're going to be all tied at 27. So Corey was also tied, at 26. So had Corey gotten that on the island, we would have had a 4-way tie on this card.
Very deflating shot. You feel like this is...
You got to stick this.
Yeah, this is one of those gimme hole. Oh, boy. Yeah, and I feel like we got to say it now. Nothing's a formality.
No,
today.
I guess not.
This is
that's about as much of a formality as I would really ever. I mean, I would have thought a million shots in a row Eagle would make that putt.
It's just so windy, man.
Wow. There's a few players that I would take their putt in any condition, and Eagle's one of those players.
Yeah.
His putt is usually flat planed. It's really good for the wind. It usually fights left to right, headwind, tailwind, whatever. But right there, if you're putting downhill, all bets are off. Even on the short ones, a double bogey costs Eagle. So now Calvin and James just do leapfrog, and they're at 27 under now.
Yeah, 3-stroke swing. You're not going to see that very often against Calvin. Hole 7 par 4, 675 up the hill. Playing long today, you're going to have to pick a side, left side or right side. I believe the best shot for the current conditions would be to come to this left side so that you have some angles to choose from to come into the green, because the farther you get back, the more the wind can kind of take control over your shot.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we're going to see just left side of this initial tree, not much turn, just continuously going straight and long.
Yeah, you don't really want to see that disc get on Anheuser, otherwise it'll push way far to the right. And then accessing the green is really kind of a luck shot, really.
It's not a bad thing if you are a forehand player. If you do like that wide shot, getting out there to the right can get you that extra distance. But these guys are wanting to have a more open approach. Calvin is flirting with this tree, but looking to be fine, I think. That's going to be wide enough.
Yep. I feel like it plays pretty long from that right side today with a crosswind. Corey.
It's also going to be flirting with this tree here. It's all about where it gets to, and yeah, you're loving that. That's about 207 feet to the pin.
Now, compared to like hole 5, that stroke looks very similar to me.
Yeah, it's just such a low effort looking release. James, man, James birdieing this hole with the backhand back. I just can't imagine trying to access this low ceiling from back there with the backhand turnover, but he does pretty well there. Forehand is just so important to access this park job.
Helps you keep it low. You know, if James, that's what's actually very impressive about James' shot is I feel like he's throwing to that area. If it's any hyzer, he could hit those branches and roll backwards. Mm-hmm. And in order for him to land low enough, he has to kind of lay it up short.
Second easiest hole on the course today.
Tough to bogey this one. I believe that's why.
Yeah, that's a good... Only 2%. I think that means only 2 players. Yeah, only 2 players in the field with the bogey here. And it probably came from the green.
Yeah, couple 3 putts, I'd guess.
James unable to secure the birdie. So now Calvin has a chance to get 1 stroke on the card, or at least be in the lead on this card. And he's fought back to 28 under for the second time this round. And Corey with a nice birdie. Good bounce back for him. And Eagle has a park job after the double bogey 6. This will be a bounce back birdie for him.
It's funny how fast the first 7 holes play here. It's like done in an instant. And it's weird because then you get to this next hole, maybe even after this next hole.
to 9.
And you're like, wait, what am I? Am I 2 down? Am I 5 down? Am I 6 down? And it just happened so fast. This course plays super quick on the front nine. I think the fastest of any course that I've played.
Yeah, the transitions are pretty small.
Yeah.
You're right there next to it, and there's usually no backups here. There's pretty quick play, like you said. Hole 8, blind, par 3, 324 feet. This one's really tricky. Whoever has the tee box here is going to be really giving the other players a lot of information. How much left to right swing is this left to right crosswind? What's it going to do to the disc? I'm guessing we're going to see 3 forehands. Calvin going Halo Destroyer, keeping it relatively low, but actually pushing this one way out wide. This is going to find itself back edge of, between C1 and C2. Actually, almost back edge of C1 all the way.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, back edge of C2 is what I meant to say. I'm sorry.
Let's see if Corey can get it a little bit in. This is way too inside, but you never know. You never know in there.
Yeah.
Not great. Now, you see how those branches are doing their thing? You could be 20 feet in there today, and it's almost unmakeable unless you get a lull in the wind because the branches go all the way to the ground.
Did Eagle even try to throw that thing? Did you see that?
That's a great reaction off of those
Yeah,
branches.
it is. He's parked.
That's still... is he parked? Yeah, he's parked.
Yeah, he's bullseye. James, tough shot here, and this one's overturned. This is going in the woods. Yeah, those drawn dead there.
I get it though. If he tries it,
jeez
Louise. If you try to go so wide and you bring it in, you don't want to leave yourself that circle 2 look. Because if you're just like right on the edge, this is such a dangerous green to putt on. Corey actually has a little bit. And it's calm.
Unable to get the right nose up, or maybe it was batted down, but either way, looked like he had a little glimpse of the basket. See if Calvin maintains that.
No,
doesn't want anything to do with that.
Well, I mean, look at where the crowd is. That could be your disc.
We have seen some epic rollaways here on 8. Eagle getting a stroke on the card here with the park job birdie on 8.
It's going to be his box. You know, curious, he's been playing out way wide on 9. Is he going to stick with that play, especially with the left to right wind?
I think it all just matters. Yeah, is it going to be left to right? Oh, Calvin. Hammering that thing in there. Yeah, left to right's going to push it away. I was talking to Eagle this morning, and just...
What's he like?
He's a good guy. Eagle's a super terrific guy, but...
Cool.
Ask him about this specific hole in his strategy, and he says it doesn't even have to hyzer back to the pin. The farther straight it goes, the better it is because it's actually up on a hill and he's throwing his second shot down, which really is nice here, and not having to go over the hill and back down the hill. If you can throw that second shot on an even plane or even down the whole time, that's great. It's a big time advantage. So I think we will still see him go out wide. But for everyone else, it's down the middle. And then from there, you just kind of try to figure something out because the approach is really tough with this wide right, low-hanging limb. He is looking at the traditional route. That's not that traditional. He's going high. What on earth?
I think that's a Sky Anheuser.
Still finding new ways to play this hole.
I wonder what happened.
James likes it.
We're just going to have to see on this one. And that's Peered. If you can just get past that big poofer tree.
Where is the... Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's perfect.
It's going to be that blind hyzer shot that we saw him execute so well, minus the rollaway in the prior round. Corey pulling this one wide, getting knocked down.
No chance from there, but you could save a little par ski.
Par should not be a problem. It's just a matter of just get yourself as far up that hill as possible. James, look at this late turn.
It's really good.
Well done.
The only thing that they're going to have to worry about is how much is it going to push, and how, well, not push, but how is it going to be able to swing with that crosswind?
Corey, just getting past that tree is important. Then finding yourself up. This is where his hyzers go. What the heck?
Whoa.
Just skipping off the top of the hill? Is he going to do it again? Oh, it's rolling the opposite direction this time. That's so close to matching what he did in round 2.
This is the tough part here. I'm curious to see if he's going to be able to put this on enough. He definitely got the hyzer correct.
Yep. Just
but
playing away from the basket just to play safe. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that's the result. Calvin looks like he's trying to hit that gap again. Just barely missing it. Just needed about 5 more feet.
Yeah.
And it had a chance.
Or a better reaction off of there.
Yeah, one of the two.
He kind of squared it up. That happens with that branch. And here's Corey.
Look at this thing. Slow down. It is so, I mean, you can see that tailwind just ripping. It's so hard to get the disc to put the brakes on. Now, Eagle with his layup, he's got himself a par. And James now. That got kind of aggressive. Trying to give it a little run.
Yeah, I like it.
Calvin from the short side of the green, he's just kind of flopping one through there.
Yeah, that looked like a give it a go, though. That was a go. Otherwise, he could have just slid it underneath, you know.
Now, Corey, tough putt. And he is going to miss that one. He's going to take his second bogey of the round.
In a row. Oh, no. Pardon me.
Oh, I don't want to. No, don't show it again. That's like ESPN spot shadowing someone rolling their ankle. Like, I don't want to see it. Don't show that.
Yeah, that's grody.
Tough break there for James.
Not coming at a correct time either. He kind of had himself.
When is the right time to take a bogey? I've never figured that one out.
When you have a big lead.
Okay.
And you're laying
That's
up,
my problem.
I think Isaac did it at the right time last week.
Yeah, on the last hole of the tournament. Take one on hole 11 the first round, and then get one on 18 the final round.
Yeah, laying up a 18-footer.
Yeah, that's a good time to take a bogey.
Major championship.
Let's take a look here at the leaderboard. We got Ben Calloway making some moves. We've got Conrad still remaining in 4th place, but Isaac Robinson, obviously the newest major champion, he is making some moves. Andrew Presnell, he had a nice throw-in on hole 5, had a little turkey stretch here on this course, maybe actually 4 or 5 birdies in a row in the middle section of the front 9. Making some moves out there. These guys aren't playing perfect right now. I think everyone's had some trouble so far.
Yeah, judging by these scores, it's looking like, you know, we see Ezra and a few of them like getting to that, maybe that 10 under mark, setting the bar. Normally you see what's possible in this field because the field's so talented. So one of these guys can get to that 9, 10, 8 under, got a good chance.
Chase Card is certainly in danger of winning again. I want to say we have got 9 more holes, folks, and it's going to be a doozy. Come on back and watch the conclusion of the 2023 Jonesboro Open. See you in a minute.